NFL yesterday.
Hi. I know that we've been really, for lack of a better word, visibly excited by the Juan Soto story, with good reason. But, Don, they did play a full NFL slate yesterday.
Full.
All the games were played, with the exception of the New York teams, who, I don't know what they went out there. They wore uniforms. They ran around on the field until it ended. But nothing
Jets even went to overtime.
Yeah, Jets decided to really make you believe it was a real thing.
I love it. If you're going to lose, really make it hurt.
Yeah, exactly right.
That was an entertaining game, at least.
No,
yeah.
it resembled a football. Like, the Giants game was like a perfect snapshot of what makes New York football disgusting. The Jets played a football game. That was actually a football game. But we're not going to talk about those games. Let's talk about everything else that actually mattered. Like the Eagles, in a beautiful pick by Michael and Don, the Eagles defeating the Panthers 22-16. Xavier Leggett dropped a potential go-ahead TD with 52 seconds remaining for the Panthers. They almost pulled off the upset. Let's hear a little tad from WIP in Philly, shall we?
Hurts in the gun. Barkley to his right. Hurts takes the snap. He's back. He's looking. He's still looking. He fires. Complete. Touchdown. Grant Calcaterra.
Oh, Grant Calcaterra, his first NFL touchdown.
I'm not a Philly fan, as you know.
No, me neither.
But I like myself some Merrill Reese.
It's hard to not appreciate the Merrill Reese call on WIP. The man knows what he's doing.
Been there forever. Gotta find out how long.
That team is the Eagles are. They're a football team. They are a football team. I'm going to tell you this right now, though.
What's that?
I may have to suffer through 3 Eagles losses in my life this season.
Get ready.
They're going to play a second time before the season's over.
Sure.
And then should the Commies make the playoffs and the Eagles stay at the 2, I mean, that means they play again first week of the playoffs. Commies are at the Saints, then home versus the Eagles. The Eagles are still going to be playing. God, I'm screwed. And guess what, Don? That Commies home game against the Falcons, that's not quite a gimme either with the Falcons.
No.
They play competitive football.
They do.
Most teams besides the New York teams do that. Let's move to, you've heard of Sam Darnold, haven't you?
Yeah.
Very familiar with his work.
Yeah, he keeps on rolling. Speaking of the aforementioned Falcons, it was Darnold and the Vikings spoiling Kirk Cousins' return to Minnesota as the Vikings beat the Falcons 42-21. Guess how many touchdowns Sam Darnold threw?
At least 3.
How about 5?
Three receivers right. Sam Darnold out of the shotgun. Jones picks up a blitzer. Pass right. Caught Addison to the end zone. Touchdown! Jordan Addison makes it 34-21. And for Sam Darnold, that's a high five. For the first time in his career, he's thrown 5 touchdown passes in a game. And for Jordan Addison, that's the first 3-touchdown game of his career.
Now, as someone who's been rooting for Sam Darnold for his entire career and waiting for the moment, I think you guys recall I was always on the I think Sam will work it out train.
I think we both were
more
fans.
me. But no, you too, Don. And of course, by the way, speaking of the anniversary, going back, I think it was 2019. Sam was at our Christmas party that year.
Yes, he was. Our Christmas party is this Friday.
That's right.
Tommy's our goodbye party.
Yeah,
too.
Tommy's Tavern.
Holiday party.
Now, Sam
and tap.
And yeah, you don't want to forget the tap.
No, the tap's important.
It's like Trinidad and Tobago.
Right.
You don't want to leave out Tobago.
Right.
Now, Sam Darnold at 11-2, 32.99. That's 3,300 yards so far to you and me. 28 touchdowns and 10 interceptions.
That's good.
Do you know what that's called, in my opinion?
Balling.
It's called, he already had a nice little NFL career. This is called, you now get another 8 years. Like, he will now be playing until he's done
we'll
And
playing
then he's
football.
called pricing himself out of the Vikings. Vikings can't do it.
He's getting a job.
Got a little contract coming his way.
I mean, I know it sounds crazy. If I'm the Jets, I might consider it.
It's not crazy. Alan Hahn brought it up, too.
I mean, why would you not consider bringing Sam
Why
Darnold
not?
back? The kid can
He's
play.
got 35 touchdown passes.
Sam,
to the playoffs.
what's it like hearing the MVP chants from the crowd?
It is what it is. I think at the end of the day, the MVP chants are great, but at the end of the day, we just got to continue to grow and get better. I thought there were a lot of things in the first half that we can get better at, so just got to continue to grow from, everything today.
Great.
Have you ever had a rule for athletes that you can't use the phrase at the end of the day?
Or it is what it is.
Or it is what it is. They would be speechless.
It would just be.
Well, he dropped it twice.
Yeah. You can't. Or trust the process.
Back and forth and back. The Rams and the Bills in
What a game.
A classic. The Rams beat the Bills in Los Angeles, California, 44-42, halting the Bills' 7-game win streak. By the way, the Rams looking like a team that you probably wouldn't want to run into if they made the playoffs right now.
Puka Nacua is so good.
Oh, did you mention Nacua?
Oh, yeah.
Stafford from the shotgun, looking left, throws right, receiver screen, caught, blocked, touchdown, Puka Nacua, touchdown LA, with 1:54 remaining, a receiver screen for a 2-possession lead over the Buffalo Bills.
Puka Nacua to give the Rams a nice 44-35 lead. They would hold on. Some weird play calling by McDermott at the end of the game, running a sneak with Josh Allen, which made them have to call a timeout.
Right, you needed all 3 of your timeouts to come back.
Now, if they keep all 3 timeouts, Michael,
you might get the ball. You don't have to onside kick.
You don't have to onside kick. They could have gotten the 3 stops and really gotten the ball with like 48 seconds left.
Yep.
With Josh Allen, that's like 2 years.
2.5 years.
What? But Don, why would you not just drop Allen back and throw the ball? You could throw it 3 times in a row.
I don't know. It's so weird.
He might cost them.
Yeah,
he's not a great coach.
He has cost them a couple times.
Yes, he has. And you go up against Andy Reid. Who you betting to make the right coaching maneuver, McDermott or Reid?
That, of course, was 7-10 in L.A. And let's close things out in Kansas City, where they're disgusting. A team that, all I can say is a team that could be had. The Kansas City Chiefs somehow won a game. A disgusting victory over the Chargers. Let's hear the game-winning field goal on 96.5, The Fan and KC.
Winchester snaps it. Placement is down. Wright's kick is up. And the kick is good! 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 And the Kansas City Chiefs do it again. The third kicker this season to have a walk-off field goal. And this one wins the game.
Can I never criticize broadcasters. Was it worth mentioning that I hit the upright?
Is that weird?
He didn't say it.
I think he's like a little behind it because I think I heard the doink before he said
if you're going to hear a doink, you have to say why you heard.
Do we hear a doink?
Winchester snaps it. Placement is down. Wright's kick is up. And the kick is good! Good! Good!
Kind of left out an important thing.
And
Like, don't you have to almost...
On TV, Mike Tirico said doink.
You have to immediately say it's off the upright and through.
I would like to defend as somebody who had called field goals and extra points when I filled in for Wischusen with Jet games, is that he might be in a booth where the TV monitor's on delay because he's on radio, right? So he doesn't need the feed to be immediate. And if you're calling it from the 50-yard line looking, you may not see it, doink, and you just wait for the officials to put up the hands.
That's what you know what? He's right. And if you didn't hear it clearly...
What? All I can do is the Yankees. Yankee radio booth gets absolute live TV.
Okay. Well,
I mean, you ask for absolute live.
You need absolute live.
Right. You don't want program. You want absolute live.
But they might not get it, Michael. Again, you're working with they're working with national broadcast.
Yeah.
So they might not have the say of I want it live.
That'll do it for the NFL yesterday for Week 14.
By the way, Merrill Reese, first year with the Eagles, 77.
Wow.
He's been there longer.
Let's do the math. That's 47 years.
Yeah, longer than I've been on this earth.
Well, barely.
No, by a few years. Yeah. He's 82? Sounds great.
He does.
He doesn't sound 82.
Awesome.
Well, you know what? Sterling doesn't sound 86.
No,
right?
not at all.
Not at all. 1-800-919-3776. We got a lot more to do. Brian Cashman spoke with the assembled media down at the winter meetings in Dallas, so we'll tell you what he said and take more of your phone calls. And I'm going to beg somebody to call in. Beg them. It may be the off season, but every season is Big Load Tuesday.